So switching to Katerina, what are your views around tutoring, and has it evolved over time?
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of tutoring experience, and in fact, the program that I'm teaching right now at my university is partially involving tutoring. Um, the success of tutoring, to my mind, is hidden in the communication skills of the tutor. And by
Right.
communication skills, I mean it's a kind of in a broader meaning. It's not only the way you talk, but also the way you connect with your student, the way you inspire your student. If you are a role model for your student, that's another thing to motivate. So it's always starting with, again, connecting on a personal level first, being a role model, kind of understanding the needs and desires, understanding what really that child or that student needs, and then give them just that. Be as meaningful as possible. If tutoring is meaningful, then students will progress and they will be successful. So
Absolutely.
that's
Thank you.
basically the secret that it's not actually a secret. It's something that we all need to understand. Tutoring
Which,
also allows this one-on-one connection that classroom doesn't allow. So it really makes it a higher level of education possible, because classroom you are on kind of an industrial level, and here you are being personalized, and many things can be adjusted, attuned, or be modified. So I think it hasn't evolved with time in terms of if looking, we're still looking at this people, the way people function, their mentality, their psychology is the same for thousands of years.
right.
It's just a matter of having the right teacher do the right thing. And so I think for maybe for a business like you have, the number one goal is just to find the right teacher.
And it
Absolutely.
could be also if we establish the aptitude or the type of learner, then we can match them up more successfully with the right kind of teacher, because not all teachers are going to, if I'm a really visual teacher, I'm not necessarily going to feel comfortable teaching kinesthetically. And if I'm a kinesthetic, a visual or auditory learner is going to get extremely bored.
Right.
So
Because
we have to understand this.
you know what, we were talking about you. We some watched some of your videos, and some of us at TutorEye really wanted to ask you this question. And the question is, can you share one of the biggest academic challenges that you faced as a student, and how did you sort of overcome it?
An academic challenge. I'm a schoolaholic. So I don't know that I've had academic challenges. I I did really well in secondary school, but we'll have to go way
Okay.
back to my first tour of first grade. I went to public school and I was in a very large class, and because of the seating arrangement, I was very far in the back. And I couldn't see the board. Nobody actually realized that I couldn't see, that I needed correction. And so I wasn't even learning the alphabet. And I come from a family where my mother was a voracious reader, and my parents read to me. So that didn't make sense. But then I was invited to a program that was teaching a new style of how to teach children to read in a very small group. I was in a group of probably less than 10 people, and we were in a tiny little classroom, and we sat on the floor on a rug, and all of us fell in love with books and reading, and we all became amazing people. And here I became a writer. Now later in ninth grade, I was never great at spelling. You know, it eluded me. Interestingly enough, when I studied Spanish, spelling in Spanish, I don't have a problem with, but that's much more phonetic,
Phonetic, yes.
right? And English is not easy. English is not an easy language, you know, because you have native tongues, right? And
Yes.
so in ninth grade, I had a teacher, an English teacher, say to me, "You will never amount to anything because you can't spell."
God. Okay.
That was a really hard hit, but
Such an
I
inspiration.
I had good self-esteem about books by then. And I was a great reader. I read like crazy, you know, and I read way more than I was given to read. And so I had also a buddy in the class, and he got kind of come down on all the time by the teacher too. And he's a published author as well. So I think, you know, for us, instead of cowering and, you know, sinking away from that, we just rose up and said, yeah, right. And then later, what did I get? I got a computer with a spell checker. And then as a writer, what did I do? I hired an editor. But my spelling has greatly improved. You know, because I practice all the time. And the tool of grammar checking and spell checking helped to teach me because of repetition. That may or may not work for somebody. But what I think really helped me overcome it was loving myself. And again, this goes back to what we've been talking about is we have to first, as educators, we have to love ourselves. We're passionate about what we do or else we wouldn't do this, right? And we have to love our students. I mean, that's what we're here on this planet to do, is to love each other and to love being here. And with that, we have to understand that everybody has different aptitude, everybody has different needs, and that's okay. We don't have to fit in a little cube and be any particular way. This is why I'd like to see the whole system blow up and change.
Yeah, I love the way you articulate things. Wonderful. Let's all hope and wish we are empowered to be able to face challenges and have someone guide us through those challenges also.